Today, we activate the drill! Today, we burn the humans to ashes!
Ikora, what did you find out about the Vex?
Wow, someone sure pissed you off. Well, among the many foes we face, the Vex may be the most enigmatic and dangerous. The Vex's bodies are formed of a sturdy alloy, while their cores are powered by a strange substance called radiolarian fluid. They are neither simple robots nor organic creatures, but rather a perfect blend of the two. They share a collective consciousness, but their ultimate goal? That remains a mystery.
So how do we deal with them? We can't leave them roaming the rift.
The Vex seem to be an anomaly. They exist across time and space in ways that seem contradictory to us. We do know they seem to be observing and collecting a massive amount of data in a hub called a conflux. Where did you first encounter them, Wolf?
In the weathered caves. An otherworldly doorway was opened there.
That must be the connection to their conflux. If you can get inside and find a way to sever the Vex's data stream, that should disrupt their communications to the Red Sea Rift and halt their invasion.
Excellent. We have a plan of attack and the perfect fire team to execute it. Only question is, when do we begin?
Right now.
I took some pictures of you fighting in the battle yesterday. You want to check?
Why not? I bet I look good. Remember, we're in this together. Back to business. Zev, contact Harrow. Glad to see you're finally done hiding. Now tell me, what else have you been concealing from me?
It's not what you think.
I've been to your house, seen all sorts of things that need an explanation.
So you're a trespasser. I should have known.
Enough, Harrow. Tell me, what was my wish?
You wished to find something to defeat the Cabal in the Weathered Caves, and that box was the result. The Vex can eradicate them, but the price of granting that wish was their invasion of the Red Sea Rift.
So, you can hear people's wishes and realize them?
I'm not doing anything. I hear people's desires, and then things just happen. I once thought it was a gift, but recently, I hear more and more of people's wishes, and they always come with the price. I took that box because I knew someone would have to suffer the consequences. And I chose to let it be me. What I didn't realize is that a wish's cost is linked to the wish itself. It didn't matter who opened the box. The cost was still borne by Viridia regardless.
If this has happened more than once, then something has to be causing it. There has to be a way to stop the wishes.
All I know is that if I don't hear the people's thoughts, nothing happens. But the endless fighting only gets worse, and the people of Viridia are growing more desperate. Even strangers like you can't help but express their desires. So I moved out of Viridia and tried to drown out the sounds. But no matter what I did to block my ears, they'd still find their way into my mind, tormenting me until eventually, I couldn't even sleep. This isn't a gift. It's a curse.
Not necessarily. You were able to predict the Cabal's movements earlier. Gotta say, I've never seen anything like that before. You know, this skill of yours reminds me of an acquaintance in Haven. But he's not human. He's something more ancient.
Could I be whatever he is?
You certainly don't look like him. I wish you told me sooner, Harrow.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I could trust you then. And I didn't know what would happen once the truth was out. What would people think of me? Of their union president?
This is a lot to take in, Harrow. But I have to know, that day, why was my wish granted?
I could have blocked it out. But in that moment, I heard another, more paranoid, more piercing voice. It drowned out the sounds of all the other desires. Wolf, it wants you to disappear from the Red Sea Rift.
My lord, you wanted to speak with me?
I hear you were able to get the Vex issue under control. Well done. But that isn't why I asked for you. I need you to look into something that may be of dire importance. An artifact that once belonged to the former Lord of the Red Sea Rift, Gareth. It looks like a lantern. But the light burning inside? I'll never forget that haunting glow. After some discussions with Ikora, we've come to the conclusion that artifact may be warped by paracausal forces. That's why she's going to be helping you deal with it. Gareth once fought under the Iron Banner, but at some point he changed. He grew cold, distant. became obsessed with acquiring more and more power. In that pursuit, he practically turned Viridia into a sweatshop, toiling away to serve his selfish desires. A once great Iron Lord became a dictator. A warlord in all but name. He enslaved the people of Viridia, treated them like property. Eventually, we were forced to end his rule.
It seems not every Iron Lord is worthy of the title.
We are just human, after all. And while the Iron Banner did attract some opportunists, I don't believe Gareth was one. At least, not at first. His descent into tyranny has always troubled me. Recent events have brought a lot into question. Details we may have overlooked. That lantern he held may just be the key to all of this.
You think it might be connected?
There were rumors and unexplained occurrences. His behavior grew erratic, and by the end, he seemed to covet his artifact more than even the light itself. We always thought it was superstition, but after all I've seen, I'm beginning to suspect Gareth's downfall was connected to the Ahamkara. You and I, Cora, are going to find out the truth once and for all. Mrs. Aziza Hassan was responsible for recording and maintaining Viridia's records during Gareth's reign. It's been a long time, but if anyone knows where the artifact is, it would be her.
You're the light-bearer from Haven, yes? Radagast's representative. The town's been abuzz ever since you saved those miners. Not to mention fighting off those strange robots. I can't thank you enough.
Miss Hassan, we're looking for an artifact left by Lord Gareth. It resembled a lantern. Do you know anything about it?
Yes, I do remember it. After he was overthrown, I was in charge of handling the personal effects he left behind. But Lord Saladin requested that lantern not long after becoming our new defense advisor.
Saladin? Why would he want it?
I asked the same question back then, but he wouldn't give me a straight answer. He simply said, "Just as the flames tempered you, so too must they forge me."
Sounds like some sort of oath.
It was what Gareth said to Radagast and Saladin when he decided to join the Iron Lords.
Figures. Gareth and Saladin got along back then?
Very well. I'd say they were the best of friends. Perhaps that's why he wanted it, as a memento of the man Gareth once was.
Did they first meet here in the Red Sea Rift?
Yes, near the trench. I remember Saladin used to visit there a lot. He said it was a special location for the both of them. I could mark the rough location for you. Just be careful. In my years, I've learned the past is often buried for a reason.
I'm picking up a faint source of light up ahead.
Interesting. That matches the coordinates Hassan sent us.
So Saladin built a memorial for Gareth here. A warhammer. This must have been Gareth's relic. Even after all this time, it still carries faint traces of light. Sorry, Lord Gareth, but we really need to inspect that lantern of yours.
It does look different, but I still don't sense any magical energy from it.
Wolf, where are you? We just received some new intel. You'll want to be at this briefing.
Just digging through some old stuff. I'll be right there.
To think you'd ignore a threat lurking right beneath your nose. This isn't like you, Saladin.
I understand the danger my territory faces far better than some Haven archivist.
Now that Wolf is here, we can begin. Ikora?
I discovered something strange near the Cabal firebase.
Today, we activate the drill! Today, we burn the humans to ashes!
It seems like we are witnessing division in their forces. Command of their legions has changed hands.
Their internal reorganization is the least of our worries. As long as that drill continues to operate, they will acquire more and more resources and manufacture machines of war, Goliath tanks, harvesters, interceptors. The possibilities are endless. Forgive me for speaking frankly, but Viridia cannot afford such a war of attrition. We should move out the civilians now, before...
Enough! I know what you're going to say. Khalid has briefed me on this new commander, Tog Urk, overseer of their military factory. He specializes in using war machines to achieve a local firepower advantage.
And now he has the opportunity to turn his plans into reality.
It doesn't matter what his plans are. He's just another Cabal waiting to be cut down by the light.
Based on our intel, Tog Urk spends his time in the Foundry, overseeing the forging of new weapons. It may be a factory in name, but it's more akin to a heavily guarded fortress. It would be difficult to attack him directly.
What would you propose?
Our main target should be the drill. Taking it down will cut off their logistics, weaken both their mobility and combat capability, and shatter their morale.
Vom Krieg. Good. What else?
Based on our reports, Tog Urk's deputies will visit the drill on a fixed schedule to take stock of their supplies. Eliminate them, and we might acquire an access key to the Foundry's gate.
Very good. If your plan is to attack the drill, I'll provide a distraction with a feint attack at the firebase. You will need to disable it quickly, Finala.
Sir, I would like Wolf to join me in the operation.
You lack confidence in your abilities?
Not at all, my lord. I merely believe in preparing for the unpredictable.
As long as you complete the mission, so be it.
Wolf, we need to talk. Before you go to the drill. Saladin is still as stubborn as ever. He didn't even give me a chance to propose evacuating civilians.
He's always been this high and mighty?
Stubborn, yes. But never arrogant. We can set that aside for now, though. Wolf, did you find Gareth's artifact?
Yes. It was hidden away at a memorial out in the waste.
This is the same lantern. But it used to glow.
Maybe it needs a candle?
No. Radagast mentioned it lit up with paracausal power. He suspects it's connected to the Ahamkara. But whatever the case, it's no longer here.
Do you think Saladin is responsible?
Even if he is, we can't exactly question him about it. Saladin isn't in a very welcoming mood. Besides, you have enough to deal with at the moment. I'll take this lantern back to Haven for now. I'll let you know if I find out anything useful. Be careful, Wolf. I suspect there's more to the events here than meets the eye.
Lord Saladin has launched his feint attack on the firebase. We're up.
Dragged back into the trenches again, Nala. That one doesn't look like any ordinary soldier. Must be one of Togurk's deputies.
Now's our chance. Enter here and now.
She's getting away!
I'll stay here to handle the drill. Get her!
Enemy targets neutralized.
All taken care of, Nala. And I've got the key to the foundry.
Good work. Now let's return to Viridia and assemble a fire team. All that's left is to assault the foundry and take down Tog Urk.
I've progressed faster than any light bearer he's ever seen? Did Radagast really say that?
Yes. Although you're not the first one he said something like that to.
Light surges within the blade.
Burn away the dark!
This path looks right. Across this? Well, that's done then.
Is that Finala chatting with Shira? I'm surprised she's not out on field duty.
That doesn't sound good, Shira. I can help, but my squad...
Hey there, Finala. Something happened? It's not every day I see you hanging around town.
I was actually getting ready to bring a new recon squad out on a mission. Our scouts sent word that the Cabal appeared to be testing new armor-forging materials. But as you may have just overheard, Our Radiant Sight stores are also in slight danger.
Someone stealing it? Won't that mess with the barrier?
Not that serious. We're only missing a fraction of the overall shipment, but I'm worried about what they may be plotting.
Guess you're bound to run into some sticky fingers sooner or later.
They may be hoping to sell it on the black market. We've recently had to crack down on a few smugglers. Only by finding out the culprit could we figure out their motive. Shira is going to look into it first, and I'll join the investigation once I return from the recon mission.
Let me help investigate so you can focus on your mission. The Cabal are the real threat after all.
But this is an Iron Wolf's duty.
Come on, I'm basically professional backup. Besides, Zev and I would be less familiar faces, so the thief likely wouldn't even notice us.
All right. Shira will fill you in on the investigation plans. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of it. So what's the plan? Where should we start?
There's an entrance to the mines here in town not far from here. One of the senior miners, Abaka, might have some information. You can also have a look around the area, see if there's anything else noteworthy. Meanwhile, I'll sort through our records and see who's had access to the ore recently.
Wait, I've still got a few more questions.
It goes onto the elevator. Then, seeing as it's fuel for the barrier, it's taken closer to the Sentinel's arm. Theoretically, 8 hours yield can power the barrier for a whole day, but if we're hit with an unceasing bombardment, then it starts consuming extra radiant sight.
Has Viridia's barrier generator been running this whole time?
Of course. With the enemy right at our doorstep, we need to keep constant vigilance, Wolf. The workers responsible for processing it complained that the new miners weren't seasoned enough, said the radiant sight they brought had a bunch of uneven chunks missing. But when we looked into it, the miners were cleared of suspicion, and we could rule out damage from transport. So that left only one possibility. Someone shipped away chunks of it.
But why?
That's what we're worried about, and why we need to investigate. Excellent. Then I'll get to work looking through the files.
What's your plan, Detective Wolf?
How about we check out those crates?
No radiant sight in these containers. Just mining drills.
Makes me wonder what else they could find out here. Well, the Cabal did find a giant robot head.
There are also cut crystal clusters here. No visible signs of damage. Since radiant sight exhibits hardness comparable to that of ceramics, well, there's nothing noteworthy here. Let's go question the miners over there.
Hey there. Shira sent me to look into leads on the stolen Radiant site. Like, has there been anyone suspicious around lately?
No, we already told her all the Radiant site was in mint condition when it left the mines. Plus, only miners are allowed into the caves, and we keep records of everyone's daily shifts.
So, probably not a miner, huh?
If we wanted fresh Radiant site, we could just mine it ourselves. Why go through the trouble of damaging perfectly good ore and leaving such obvious marks? Besides, smuggling Radiant site's strictly forbidden, and none of us would want to risk losing our jobs. And, between you and me, I bet the last thing any of us wants to see when we clock out are more of these rocks.
If we rule out the miners, that leaves transport to charging prep as our time range.
Maybe you could talk to Wissam over at the elevator. The militia's in charge of both those stages.
Hello, Wissam, right? We're helping Shira look into the missing Radiant site and hopefully find some new clues.
Ugh, just how many people know about this case?
Just me, Zev, Shira, Abaka, and Finala. Oh, and maybe Finala's ghost. That's all I know. Something wrong? You look nervous.
There may be Cabal spies in town. Why? Just now? When you guys were prepping for field work? I heard them say the Cabal are wearing some sturdier-looking new armor. There's a good chance it's made from some sort of radiant-site alloy. I mean, the timing is a bit suspicious, don't you think?
Cabal spies? I wouldn't worry about that. We still don't have any concrete information about their new gear, and the little bit of radiant-site that was stolen couldn't possibly outfit a whole Cabal company.
That's a good point. But if it wasn't Cabal then, I still think someone took it from here. Because there was one other suspicious thing that happened. Lately, I've been seeing this guy sneaking around the marketplace. He doesn't buy anything though. He browses for a bit. Then, leaves town. Do you think he might be taking the Radiant site with him?
It's definitely worth looking into. Did you see his face?
Not very clearly. But he usually shows up at the market later in the afternoon.
Well, that narrows down our search again. I'll head back and tell Shira what we learned.
Sure. And, be sure to remind her to keep the investigation low-key.
Hey, Shira. Did you find anything? I talked with both Ibaka and Wissam. I think we've got a lead. Wissam suspects someone's taking the Radiant site out of town. He said he's seen someone who often leaves in the afternoon.
I checked the transport roster, and a few names appeared frequently. Maybe we can secretly look into them, especially that guy Wissam saw. If we can catch who's moving the ore, then we'll know where we can retrieve it.
I'll keep an eye out.
If we're going to scope out the marketplace, we should probably find a good vantage point. Follow me. I know just the place.
Glad someone's watching over me.
Here we are. We can see the whole town now. Hey, check out that guy over there. Is it me, or does he seem particularly shifty? We need to keep up with him, but be careful. We can't let him spot us.
Got a new Radiant site here, but I think...
He stopped, and it looks like he's talking to... a ghost? Come on, let's go confront our thief.
You were tailed? Careless, careless.
Who are you?
Did you get all that recorded, Zev?
Yep. This evidence is irrefutable. We've got our suspect, all right.
No, you got it all wrong. I was forced into it. They're the ones who stole from me.
Boy, we didn't steal anything. You bet big and lost. If you're gonna blame anyone, blame yourself.
So we've got a suspect who says he was forced, and a ghost accused of robbery. We got plenty of time to investigate. But first, you got a light bearer, Ghost?
The captain's busy. I'm just helping her collect her winnings. She's owed that radiant sign.
What for?
You'll have to ask her yourself. My job's collecting our rightfully owed payment. And let me emphasize again, he got into this entirely of his own free will. We aren't even charging interest.
How can Radiant Sight stolen from Viridia be yours? We're here to bring it back.
Listen, this whole thing's actually quite simple. This sucker made a bet with the captain, and unfortunately, he lost. Big time. Based on our agreement, I needed to fork over an heirloom watch of his. Authentic Golden Age jewelry it is. Ooh, worth a small fortune. But we are heartless, of course. He offered to pay the equivalent amount in Radiant Sight. How about this? Seeing as you're here on behalf of Viridia, maybe you can help this gentleman pay the balance with something else.
Good, considering you have to steal the payment. How did you lose this badly?
I won't gamble anymore. Never again, I swear it. But the watch is really important to me. And Viridia's the only place where I could safely get Radiant Sight. I had no other choice.
All this for a watch? Look, I'm willing to help you out here, but there's gotta be something else you're interested in other than stealing from Viridia's Radiant Sight stockpile.
Now we're talking! Those Cabal brutes have some fancy new armor made with a Radiant Sight alloy. Get us a few suits of the stuff, and perhaps it can replace the ore.
It's a deal. If I were you, I'd go turn myself into Shira. Unless you feel like getting arrested by Finala instead.
Sure. I'll tell her everything.
Good. Now here's how this is gonna work. You're going to talk to Shira. I'm gonna get that Radiant Sight armor, and you're going to take me to your Lightbearer. Then this whole theft debt thing is over. Understand?
I know where we can find some Cabal. Follow me, mateys!
Mateys? We literally just met.
See those big guys wearing the new suits of armor? They're even more of a nuisance than usual. It's like they don't even feel pain.
Don't worry. They'll definitely feel a few grenade launcher shots to the face.
Ha! I think you get along with the captain. She's all about explosives. Makes me worry the impact of you two meeting will send me flying. Aha! There they are! They're all yours, so good luck! I've got to find me some cover. That Radiant Sight armor's no joke, eh? Not even a scratch on it. There's our first haul. Good. Come with me. We'll find the next squad. Just like last time, you're in charge of the exchange. I am finding me some cover. Interesting. This one had some intel the captain can put to good use. That should be plenty. You weren't too shabby out there, Lightbearer. As promised, I'll take you to meet the captain. Stick close.
The name's Wolf. And you've already met Zev. I still don't know what to call you, though.
Parrot. The parrot's just a name. Don't mean I'm some sort of rainbow-colored...
Ah, who are the new crewmates, Parrot?
I believe now's the time for formal introductions. Welcome aboard, mateys. This is our Captain Morrow, and I'm her first mate. Our two guests here are Wolf and Zev. Now then, you guys ready?
Ready for what? We're just here for the watch.
Oh, right. Captain, I brought some loot to trade for that watch. It's not radiant sight, but it's the Cabal's new armor. That stuff you've been curious about.
Aye. It could serve as a replacement for the radiant sight that guy owed me. All right. You can take the watch.
What about the rest of the Radiant site? That stuff was stolen from Viridia.
Where they all came from is our mutual friend's concern, not mine. All I know is this armor's only enough to trade for the watch. If you want to trade for something else, it'll cost you.
Then could you at least tell me how much more armor you need? I'll go get it now.
There's no need to go to all that trouble, matey. Aye, I've got a better idea. Good duelists are hard to find in this wasteland, and I've been itching for a proper game. How about we play a game of Shadow Shaper duels? That stolen Radiant side of yours can be the prize.
And if I lose?
You'll return the watch to me, and the Radiant sight, naturally, is mine. What? Afraid your skills aren't up to snuff?
I think we should approach this with caution, Wolf.
Let's bring a little pet onto the field. Next, some crew members to hold the line. Remember what's up for grabs. Are you really giving this your all?
Something's not right about your energy count.
I never said we were playing by the rules now, did I? And that's a wrap.
Anyone can see you cheated.
We never agreed to a fair duel, though. You agreed to the bet, and you lost. Parrot's got it all recorded.
You're not talking sense. And if you're planning to rob me in broad daylight...
Relax, kiddo. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. The Radiant site's long gone. Already used up to forge some metal plating. I just wanted to see what kind of metal you were made of. Still, if you're looking for Radiant site to help Viridia's losses, I may have a proposition for you. The Cabal moved tons of Radiant site through this area, and I bet Viridia's scouts know all about their comings and goings. But what they don't have is firepower to take him down. You get the intel on the Cabal's shipments. I'll split the Radiant site they're carrying with you.
Is this another word game of yours? Splitting it literally would mean half the Radiant site they're transporting belongs to Viridia.
I'm literally splitting it with you. And all you need to do is get me the information. A win-win, I'd say. Once you've made your decision, just let me know.
Nice to see you again.
I await your order. Iron Wolf. Oh,
Your backup's just arrived.
I promise. I shall use this.
There's much to unearth. By force.
I'll become the leading
try this one.
You know, it requires a lot of...
I'll blast through whatever I have to.
Hope is a choice.
Nice to see you again.